Dear students, this is Shahjalal from Arif Academy. Today I'll be covering speaking section part 3. I already covered for first two sections in the previous videos. Today I'll be covering part 3. Let us begin. Okay, the techniques which usually I advise to my students that you can use in your speaking exam. So I have already shared you a few techniques earlier for the part 1 and part 2. Today I'll be covering part 3 and the techniques. 9 simple techniques to answer any question. And as you know that in part 3 you'll have a follow-up questions after your cue card. The follow-up questions will be covering certain discussion question answers. That's why I'm giving you a certain you can say techniques. How can you elaborate your answer with the proper manner? First of all, first technique you can use, give your opinion on a topic. In general, if I ask you any question regarding any matter, you just provide your opinion. That is extended in an answer, and express your preference. You can show your preference also, what your stance on that topic. Let me give an example. I can be good for you. For example, let me give you the question is, what parents will do if children doesn't want to study, does not want to study. You can have a general question answer. It's like what a parents will do if their children doesn't want to study. Like in this question, you can give an example. Like if I compare with the question, your strategies, or you can say your techniques, express your preference. You can share your preference in this question. Like what a parents will do. The parents can be a friend with their students, with a friend with their children. They should give the time, or they can appoint another tutor for them. This sort of preference, along with opinion. Sometimes opinion and preference are the same, looks like the same. Let me move to the next, the further techniques. You can say that compare and contrast two things. Like as I explained, if the question is like what the parents will do, like let me give you a different question. Who is going to decide about the children's future? Either children or the parents. So you have two topic, two things to compare. What will happen if children choose their own strategy, or you can own future of life? Or another scenario is if the parents make the choice for the children, if they guide for you. So there's two different things you can compare and contrast. Make a prediction on something in the future. You can also make a prediction like what will happen if the children makes their own decision, they can have this future, or the parents make their own decision for the children, they can have a different future. This sort of prediction you can make in the section, like this sort of technique. Like every questions you can find this sort of classification to talk, to elaborate, to answer properly. Further techniques. Make a comparison with the past. You can also compare it. Let me give you the same question. Like who is going to make the decision about the children, the parents or the children? In that scenario, again, you can make a comparison. The parents can make comparison with the other children around in the society, other brothers, sisters, or friend, that they have been they have guided by the parents. They have this sort of future, and certain students have been guided by themselves. They have this sort of future. They can make comparison about a past event also. Like your elder brother, the parents can say your elder brother have chosen their own. He's being successful now, so follow him. If he's not successful, so don't follow him. This sort of comparison with the past event. Talk about a hypothetical situation. You can also talk about a hypothetical situation, like a situation which is not true, but it can be possible. For example, the parents can also advise to the students regarding that if I don't guide you properly in your future, in your career, so what will happen? You'll be misguided. You can move to a wrong way. So this can also possible. This is a hypothetical situation. The student doesn't went to the wrong way, but it can possible to go in the future. That type of situation you can talk. talk about ideas about people in the society. You can give an example to to your parents, sorry, to your two children about the people in the society, how the engineer, doctors, and the lawyers are spending lives or having the framework in the future. You can give the example of that. In the society, we live in the society, we can see doctor, we can see engineer, we can see lawyer. So this is kind of society examples you can provide to your children. In this way, you can argue, you can communicate, you can extend your ideas through showing society as a whole. In every topic, you will find option. Talk about causes and effect. Obviously, cause and effect. If I believe if a parent's being guided for the student have a better future. Cause, effect. If the parent doesn't guide his children, the student might get derailed and end up with college dropout. Effect. This sort of. Provide a solution, a problem. This you can provide a solution. The best provide a solution. We can solution in this way that in child, for example, the same question: who is going to decide about the children's future? Parents or the children himself? I believe both have to come into a common ground. They both have to communicate about their future. The parents have to listen to the students. Sorry, you can say children. What they likes, what they dislikes, what their ambition, what their dreams. At the same time, the children have to follow the discipline from the parents. If the parents say that okay, if your dream is to be a singer, okay, fine, you can be a singer. Though it is not that much well appreciated, if you want to be a singer, it's fine, but you have to have good discipline in practice. You have to wake up at 7 o'clock and practice singing. Starting with this, you have to have a good voice, so you have to avoid drinks such as which is very cold. So this sort of advice you have to take from the parents. It can be a combined strategy, so that the children futures, whatever the future is, has to be successful. This provide a solution to a problem. You have to provide your solution. That can be a technique also. Provide any solution according to your concept, your ideas, whatever you believe. So this is a part 3 techniques you can say so far to discuss in the exam. So at the end, I would like to say that I have already covered all 3 sections. Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. All techniques has been shared in 3 different videos. Today was the last part. In the Part 3 section, I have shared my techniques. This is very effective if you use it. Maybe you can find that it's not too attractive in listening, but try. Better, trust me, try in a real field. Keep in this mind and try when communicating with the examiner, communicating in English to a stranger, everything. Try it. You will definitely find the difference, how the technique helps you in generating ideas and communicating. That's all for today. See you next video. Stay tuned with Arif Academy. Good luck.